Roger. Go for deploy.
Alrighty guys, welcome back to Adventure Fit Radio. This week on the show, we are speaking with the man, myth and legend, the great man, Big Sauce, Red, Copper Top, Ginger Snap, Sunburnt Pig. The big Ed Morrison. He's a great friend of the show, great friend of Bill and I. He was the guest for episode 1 and is now coming back on episode 100 plus. But today, guys, we are sponsored by Audible. So Audible is an online audiobook hub of shit. Basically, that's a technical term of it. Hundreds of thousands of books there online, guys. If you want to get informed and educated on the go, or if you just want to read a lovely romantic book about penises and vaginas, head to www.audibletrial.com/ADVF radio to get your free credit when you subscribe up there. Bill, talk to us about the great man, Shawnee Marsh.
Sure thing. So we're also brought to you guys by Quash Creative. Quash Creative is an Elwood-based design firm run by our mate Sean Marsh. So if you like our intro to this podcast, which I'm sure you do because we love it, so everyone else must love it, then that's some of Sean's Marsh. That's some of Sean's work down at Quash Creative. So basically, they help businesses with creative solutions for anything in their business. If you need some help with your creative solutions, then you can head to www.quashcreative.com. If you mention Adventure Fit Radio, you'll get a free basic SEO report. Check out the search engine optimization or optimizability or whatever, however it says.
Optimizinator.
Yeah, Optimizinator on your website or feedback on your existing brand. We are also brought to you by Adventure Fit Travel. So, guys, we're about to release our Iceland trip coming up in November. So, if you want information on that, make sure you go to the website, send us an email. We're also bringing you New Zealand coming up pretty soon. We've got our next year's Kokoda Trek coming up. That's already on the website, and a bunch of other cool stuff. So, what we're able to do there, guys, is we're able to provide you with just the best experiences known to man. Pretty life-changing stuff. Everybody loves it, and we're really proud of it. So if you want to check out what we do, head to www.adventurefittravel.com and then use the code word radio, and you will get 10% off any and all trips. Here's the show. All right, so welcome back to Adventure Fit Radio. Welcome back, Ed.
Yeah.
Mate, you're back round 2. Not many guests get around 2.
Evening, gentlemen. Am I the first guest to get round 2?
No, you're not.
17.
Certainly not.
Okay, see you later. I don't feel very special anymore. That's what I came here for.
Give it his take as well. Always has.
But
He's special because he was our first guest.
He was.
And that was over a year ago now.
it didn't. Time flies, hey? What was that, February last year?
Yeah, over a year and 100 episodes. This is will be like episode 102 or 3 or 4.
Congratulations, gents. Because I guess what's been interesting for me is that I was there before you guys had even released a show.
Yeah.
And just to see how successful it's been, given how nervous you boys were. You know, like you didn't know if it was going to get off the ground.
Oh,
and
mate.
It's been
you'd already
good.
recorded a few shows and you're like, which one are going to release? And then came, and it's like, it was clear. This is the one. This was the one. Yeah. No kidding. Yep.
Yeah, no, so it's good. It's good to have you back. So we're going to talk. We're going to talk some travel roundtable. So who wants to start us off? I'm going with Bolivia.
You're super keen on Bolivia, mate.
I'm going with Bolivia.
Yeah.
I want to start.
Why are you going with Bolivia, Doc?
Actually, we should actually ask you how it's been.
So,
Ed, haven't even asked how it's been.
You fucking hell, we suck. How have you been, mate?
I've been good.
That's good. All right, on to Bolivia.
Now, what's news in your world anyway, Eduardo? I haven't seen you in a little while.
Well,
before we get into this travel
the last
bullshit.
time I spoke to you boys, I'd just come back. Actually, I was just here in Melbourne for 1 week visiting because I was still in China.
That's right.
And now I'm back in Melbourne and feet are firmly planted on the ground back home. And I mean, this is a travel podcast, so if I can point out the benefits of travelling and coming home, I've never been happier in Melbourne since returning from travelling. And I guess that, it sounds cliche, but you really don't know what you've got until it's gone. And since returning home, just I've reconnected with old mates, spending more time with family and just enjoying Melbourne for what it is rather than sort of feeling like I've got to escape it the whole time. But that's
Sound
not
like a communist.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Not to say that I won't travel again soon, but certainly coming back to Melbourne's been really nice for the last 12 months. Yep.
Absolutely. So how long were you in China for in the end?
12 months.
Yep.
Yeah, give or take a few weeks here or there, but 12 months all up. So Yeah, China, like for those that have been to China, an amazing place and a place that's changing. Like there's a rising middle class there and they're starting to take on a lot of Western ideas and Western products, but a challenging place to live, man. Like
bit of
really
a culture
challenging.
shock.
Yeah, and just like there doesn't appear to be much lifestyle there still. Like it's work and not much else. But if you want the work is there, but there just didn't seem to be much lifestyle there. Not for me anyway.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
yeah.
If you were to sum it up, Ed, in a word or two, how was the overall experience? Hey, you don't say. You seem like it was. Oh no, it's a nice. It was a nice
look,
challenge.
don't get me wrong.
I'm very, very happy to be home.
Yeah, it was weird. Yeah, seriously, weird.
How so?
Well, you just said one word, so it's the whole point. It's the whole point
So
that
I
I
was
don't.
granting you 20 more.
Yeah,
Sorry, I didn't know.
That's so well played.
yeah,
I'm not going to go on that because you didn't tell me to.
yeah. I mean, I actually don't know how to express it. Like, it's only something, and listeners that have been to China will know exactly what I mean. They're like, yep, I know exactly what he's
Well, I've
talking
been
about.
to China, and I was there for about.
Well, how would you describe it in one word?
Oh, I would explain it the exact same.
Weird.
In the same word, Ed,
Really?
is 100%. It's the weirdest fucking joint I've ever been
Yeah.
to. I walked. I got on the plane coming back from Nepal and stopped over in China because we had a flight that my flight disappeared. My connecting flight from Guangzhou, whatever the fuck it's called in China, didn't exist.
It wasn't,
They printed my ticket.
Jesus, I knew someone was thinking that.
What?
No,
We did a very politically incorrect show the last week. So.
No. It was all above board. It's just that they printed me the wrong ticket basically,
Oh, yeah.
and I got shipped off into the middle of China. Shipped off into the middle of China and to Guangzhou.
Yep, Guangzhou.
Yeah,
Good
Guangzhou.
Yeah.
And then I fucking spent about 4 hours or 6 hours because we got in at 11. They were picking us up at 5 for our new flight, and I said, "Fuck, I'm just going out then." It was like a Saturday night. I said, "I'm just walking the streets of China." So I had a couple of crew with me.
Yep.
I ended up the chick that I was with who sat next to me on the plane. I ended up.
Oh, Guangzhou.
Yeah, going to the big Guangzhouing.
Who's whose name was Derek?
Shut up a Guangzhou. But anyway, but it was the weirdest fucking 6 hours of my life. We went to a nightclub there. We went in, started drinking, went on the dance floor, disco lights going off,
Yeah.
not allowed to dance.
What do you mean?
Wow.
Dancing was
What do you
bad.
mean?
That's
You were
bizarre.
not allowed to dance or they kicked you
What?
out.
Do you know
China,
what?
mate.
That's bizarre.
Like, so this is
Fucking China.
This is, I guess you asked me to elaborate. This is an example that I can give, like with your dancing thing in a nightclub. What they've done is they've looked at these Western things that they're like, hey, we like this, let's bring this in. But then they bring it in, they're like, oh, but we need to change it to fit our mould. But in doing so, they completely fuck it up. Okay, let's that nightclub idea, that's really sweet. Just no dancing. You sort of fucked the whole nightclub up. Like, but then they
You didn't get the core value of the night.
but you know what happens, right? That people are still like, oh, the nightclub is very good. And you're like, no, it's not. It's fucking terrible.
Hey, this is a no reading library.
Yeah,
Yes, exactly.
Oh, mate. It's the
The fuck do you think it was?
It's the weirdest joint.
Yeah.
I was taking videos on the dance floor. Oh, disco lights. Proper, all different
So
colour
like
disco
a
lights.
huge setup.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
then everyone was just sitting down.
Yeah,
Because
everyone
they
just
weren't
standing
allowed to
there.
dance.
No, you were not
but
allowed to
what's
dance.
the reasoning behind not being allowed to dance?
I didn't have this experience. So I couldn't.
Yeah, why wasn't
But I can relate to that sort of that
bizarre.
concept of just like, this is something that I know well, but you've done something weird to it.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
now it's
Something's not right
the
here.
same thing. Yeah, so
Yeah, all right. Well,
Shit.
yeah. Well, let's not fucking talk about China then.
but I still think everyone should see it. I think it's really
What were the
amazing.
highlights then of the stuff that you did do over there?
No, that
Dancing
wasn't.
was pretty good. Nightclubs weren't bad.
Did you know what? Like, I think Shanghai is the best place in China because it is fairly cosmopolitan, and that would be the place where I feel like Chinese culture and the various cultures that are there sort of mesh together the best.
Mm-hmm.
So there's some really nice Middle Eastern people that we met in China. Really cool guy called Murat who owns one of the CrossFit gyms. He's from Turkey.
So Middle Eastern.
But like there was
Just
just
grab us a Borak, would you?
you gonna let me speak? You just cut your guess.
That's right.
Just cut your guess off there. But yeah, I think Shanghai. I mean, people are gonna laugh at this. I didn't get to see the sort of classic touristy stuff in Beijing. I just didn't get up there. I didn't have time. I was working the whole time.
Yep.
I've heard that is mind-boggling. So I'm sure the Great Wall and stuff is worth seeing.
Oh, yeah.
But as a place to like, okay, I have to go live here or spend some time here, Shanghai for sure.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep.
No worries. Yeah, it's not really on my bucket list destinations, that's for sure.
Bucket list? What'd you say?
Tommy.
Did you say bucket or bucket? All right. Just want to make sure. I mean, like,
So,
all
let's get this
let's be on
podcast.
there. Yeah.
All right, sorry, I'm off to it.
Can I just? I'm going to constantly do this, make reference to the first time ever. Like, I'm pretty sure the first show we ever had, like, we all had about 14 pages of running sheets, and then you went and asked me this question verbatim. Now it's just like bucket list. Ask the guest a question, then cut the guest off. Like, what a
We've become the most ignorant podcast in the world.
we've lost anarchy.
Yeah, it is. It is anarchy.
We have been. We've been mentioning stuff.
Yeah.
Also.
Now, you don't want to come on this show.
But
I just want to ask one more thing before we get into the Travel Roundtable. Now, Eduardo, you're sitting here with a very intricate uniform on. Can you tell us a little bit about the recent change in sport?
Well, it's not a change in sport necessarily, but I've gone back to playing football.
Yes.
Playing for the Swinburne University Razorbacks.
The Assumption Pigeons?
The Razors.
The pigs, as we're called. The pigs. So come on, pigs.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Any veggies there? Any veggies there?
What's that?
Well, I mean vegetarians.
No.
I'm going to leave.
They're in the twos.
They're in the twos, yeah.
Did I fucking in the twos?
So yeah, playing footy again and absolutely loving it. Like
Yep.
I'm nowhere near the player I used to be, and I was never that good anyway. so
Reliving the glory days.
But I don't know. Playing a team sport and just being in that environment and just game day.
Yes.
Far out. Waking up on game day. What a feeling.
Yeah.
And
Oh, what a
you know,
feeling.
like the body is doing okay. Like, geez, I was sore after the first game.
Yeah.
But yeah, really
That's
enjoying
good.
getting back into it.
How does all your strength training and like? Do you feel strong on the field? I mean, I don't reckon you would feel that fit. Did you do much of pre-season? You just walked in.
I did a little bit of
you did?
pre-season. Yeah, a little bit. I think like strength is definitely like I'm the strongest bloke there in terms of, you know, because you've just done years and years of strength and conditioning with CrossFit if you've done CrossFit for as long as I have. But I think there's two things that you underestimate about footy blokes, and some of them don't look it at all. They can run all day.
Oh, yeah.
Even the blokes that don't look like they can run and perhaps haven't done a pre-season, if they've just played footy for a long time, they can run all day. And they can take hits, which is not necessarily a strength thing. Like you can have massive deadlift numbers or whatever you want, but actual body contact to get a hardened body.
Yeah.
That's something I've been really impressed with. A few blokes that clearly haven't spent any time in the gym, but you can just back it up, take hit after hit after hit.
See, that's what I've never understood about those sort of blokes, like gun players, and they hammer darts.
Yeah.
Hammer darts, and like people just don't give a shit about health.
Yep.
They are fucking good with a pill in their hand.
I guess that's just you know, we know about this with training. Like if you specifically train for a particular sport, you get very good at that particular sport. Like that specific skill set doesn't necessarily map over to other things, and that's where you get exposed in CrossFit. Stuff you haven't done, you're not going to be very good at.
Yeah.
But blokes have been playing footy for 10 years. They're pretty bloody good at footy.
And so what about a game day ritual then? Have you got one? Couple of things you do?
Not really.
Really?
Get up and sink about 17 coffees and then get really amped up for the first quarter and fluff all the marks because I'm so nervous.
Have it come down by half time.
That's right. But
That's gold.
yeah, no, absolutely loving it. Loving being involved and don't regret it for a second. I will if I do an ACL or something.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
I found the last season that I played after I had about a year of squatting under my belt and Olympic lifting and stuff. My whole game changed.
Yeah,
I
okay.
went from I was like when I was young, I was quick and I could run all day. I was like a back flank midfielder, but I was fast. I was a ball mover.
Yes.
And then towards the end, I was kind of like I'd play that same role to the middle part of my career, but I wasn't necessarily fast. I was just playing those positions. And then as soon as I got strong, I started training. Then I became like the lockdown. Play on like a big solid dude in the back line. I'd play in the strongest midfielder. My game totally changed.
Yep.
And it was great because I knew that as soon as the ball was in the air or if it was on the ground or whatever, if I had to hold my ground, I knew if someone kicked it up in the air, I'm like, this is great.
Yeah.
So I just literally just shuffle my hip into theirs and then I'd be like, see you later.
Look, I don't know if I have to... certainly my timing and my ability to read the plays isn't as good, so that doesn't allow me to use my strength as much as I would like. But one thing that I definitely I can sense is my tackling.
Yeah.
Like, blokes are trying to take blokes on often at that level because they know that if they're a little bit stronger, they can brush blokes off.
Yep.
And every time I see a bloke go to fend me off, I'm just like,
You're on.
yeah, I'm
Come on, mate.
I'm catching blokes holding the ball. I reckon I've caught holding the ball 2 times a game at least.
Really?
Yeah. And like,
That's
not because
great.
I'm running blokes down, but just in packs. Blokes
Yeah,
trying to
yeah.
escape and just like, you're just strong enough to just hold them in.
Fast big red over
that's
here.
right. Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
unreal.
sick. That's great. So, all right. Well, let's get into some travel roundtable. So, where are you going, Tommy? What's your destination?
Mate, fuck! I did Adelaide last time. I can't do Adelaide again. It's a great city. Look, it's very close to home, very close to my heart. But there's not much to do there, to be honest. To all our Adelaide listeners out there, I'm sure you guys love church. Nah, look, I love the joint. But I might go Canggu in Bali.
Canggu?
In Bali.
Okay.
Yeah. Specifically Canggu.
All right. No
Yeah.
worries. You want to start us off then?
Yeah, sure. So the Bali trip that we went on that you and I led was actually the first time I'd ever been to Bali. Actually, the first time I'd ever been overseas outside of the US and Mexico. So it was really good. I actually thought the whole area was pretty similar to Mexico. I just felt like a similar vibe, apart from the scooters and all that sort of stuff. But within an instant, I knew I could live there. It's just it's just the best vibe. And the amount of smoking chicks there are I was about to say unridiculous. It is unridiculous.
Is that tourists or locals?
Yeah. I mean, the locals are good too, but they're in their own way.
Yeah. Nah, locals.
But
you
look,
and me, we're not really talking about.
To be in all
people
honest,
looking
like
locals.
everyone that goes there is just to serve, like boys and girls. Like it's 2017. I'm all for it. They're all just attractive people.
Yeah.
It's just insane. It's just a real hub.
It's little Byron, a little Bondi.
Oh, yeah.
So can I just to not play devil's advocate? That's not what this is. But I've never been to Bali.
Yeah.
And I guess I have at times bought into the whole Bali's just for bogans.
Yeah.
And like
Canggu.
So there are spots, and this is one of them where it's not that.
Mate, I'll give you an example how I could put it into perspective with Melbourne. So if you're going into Kuta, Leggin and Seminyak, which people think of as Bali.
Yes.
Bali. That's the centre. That's the hub. Kuta, Leggett and Seminyak, we call it the vortex.
Okay.
People that have been there a while, they call it the vortex because they know you're going to get sucked in, you're going to get spat out, and you're not going to know what the fuck happened to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that's where you see the typical Aussie bogans, fucking bintang thongs, bintang shorts, bintang singlet,
Southern
bintang in
Cross
their hand, and
tattoo.
bintang fucking tattooed on their face. Like, that's where you see those kind of guys. And that's where Australians make a fool out of
So
themselves.
do you have to do it, or you could avoid it entirely?
You can definitely avoid it entirely and have a great time.
Yeah.
Okay.
100%. But I'd recommend...
It wouldn't be like a Vegas. Like if you go to the US, you kind of just want to go to Vegas.
You have to do Vegas.
Yeah.
Even though it's slightly underwhelming.
Yeah, and it's massively underwhelming.
I feel like you do have to do it. You should check it out. You should
Okay.
go down there, have some beers.
Just have a
People
beer.
like to go down do shopping in Seminyak. Chicks always go down shopping in Seminyak, whatever.
Okay.
But so there's that side of it. And if you want to go and party, then it is great for it.
Yeah.
But that's where it's Aussie Central. And literally, I've never been more embarrassed to be an Aussie in my life than some of the shit I've seen in the vortex. Just
Yeah, mate, where are you from?
Look, I'm sure people have a good time, but I guess if I want to party with Aussies, I could do that in Australia.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
So
That's
I'm going
right.
to spend
So-
dosh to go overseas.
So there's that Dosh.
I believe this bloke.
Dosh this
Coming from the mid-1940s.
Coming from the blokes that used the word guangzhou for about 14 different things 5 minutes ago.
Alfred Cock and a bloke.
What's dosh?
All right, Mr. Fancy. Yeah. Ooh, a garage.
But with Canggu is literally Canggu is literally like Byron Bay or like Bondi. It's literally the best cafes you can find, the best food you can find, the best looking people you can find.
Yeah.
It is unfathomable.
It's
the
ridiculous.
hot people that are around there.
So what would you call if that's Bondi?
Franga.
Savages.
You talking about the vortex?
And hello, yeah.
Frankston.
Yeah,
Hello,
Frankston.
hello,
Good
Frankston.
friends. People call them Frankston.
Hello, Guangzhou, living in Frankston.
Frankston North. And to all of our listeners from all over the rest of the world, what's a part of-
Frankston's like, look, do you know what? In all honesty, Frankston's quite a nice area now.
Yeah.
It's quite a nice joint. But
Yeah.
Frankston has the...
It's like Iraq with more heroin.
wow. Slightly less tender.
How much heroin's in Iraq? I mean, I don't know. Is it?
No, there's a lot.
No, look,
Yeah.
Frankston used to have a not the best, what's the word I'm looking for? Reputation.
Socioeconomic flavour.
Yeah.
It just was the butt of all jokes.
It was the butt of all jokes,
in
wasn't
terms
it?
of like, cheap, nasty Aussie bogans. But it's just not that place
But
anymore.
it's actually quite nice. Yeah. After having done a footy pre-season down
I
there.
haven't been there for a fair while, but
Yeah, neither.
but
we've
no.
got no
So,
credit.
Oh, you did a pre-season at Frankston Dolphins?
Yeah. It's really nice.
Yeah, good on
Really
you, mate.
nice.
yeah, I bought my first house in Frankston, but get back to it. So Canggu. So Cosmopolitan. What food was nice. What else did you?
The food was really well. Look, food. So the food was great, but I wouldn't necessarily go Canggu. Oh yeah, the food was great.
Oh really?
I just so happened to have found the Nalu bowls are really good. So for everyone at home, Nalu bowls are kind of like they're like acai bowls. They're pretty much acai bowls.
Yeah, they're like smoothie bowls.
Yeah, they're smoothie bowls. Yeah, beautiful with like the local fruit and all that sort of stuff, like the dragon fruit and stuff, and it's beautiful. Like you go there to have an ali bowl, or if you want to have an ali bowl, you go to Canggu. I would say.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't necessarily say the food was amazing. Like the food in Melbourne's fucking pretty solid.
Yeah, but Melbourne's Melbourne.
Yeah, exactly.
Melbourne's like you expect the food in Melbourne to be fucking.
Yeah,
top
And
notch.
not to mention, as good as acai bowls are, they cost you $18.
Well, not in, but that's not in
Canggu.
Canggu.
It's kind of like
that's
$5.
That's my bloody point.
Sit down, shut up. No, but the thing that I love most about Canggu was one particular road. Oh yeah. Rice Paddy Road, which we newly named Rice Paddy Field Road. So it's basically, how would you describe it?
It's like it's a shortcut road between two parts of Canggu, because Canggu's like just this big maze, basically, and there's just you can get just lost in it. It's just it's a never-ending fucking heap of fucking Guangzhou. But there's a shortcut road that goes right through the middle, and it's very dirty and very like built up and very. It's not the most particularly awesome roads to drive around until you get to the beaches, but there's this one shortcut the road that goes right through the middle, and all it is, it's this little brick paved road that drops off each side by about 4 or 5 feet, and then it's just rice paddies as far as I can see.
Wow.
It's just beautiful.
It's probably only like a 5-minute ride through Rice Paddy
not much
Road.
at all.
But it's like every time someone goes to ride past Rice Paddy Road, it's like the highlight of the day.
100%.
Yeah,
It's
100%.
fucking awesome.
That's really cool.
The fields are just so green. There's like I remember just the scarecrows like in the fields and the tons and tons of traffic on this tiny little road. Like big trucks going two ways against it.
And you can see the beach from.
Not from Rice Paddy Field Road.
Okay.
You can just see green.
Yeah.
You're just on one little grey brick path, and then you can just see green as far as you like to see.
You wouldn't expect
Really
that the
good.
beach is 30 seconds away from where you are there. It's just insane. It's so beautiful. But I think so. That's a real highlight of the joint. But I love the scooters as well, which I guess is central to all of Bali. You can get away with murder over there. Fucking hell, it's unreal.
And what else did you like about the joint, mate?
Well, so Adelaide's known for a lot of things.
So something happened in Chengdu that I don't know about?
No.
I was just trying to put Tommy under the pump.
Just trying to milk the segment.
Yeah, he's really trying to keep it.
Yeah. Mate, we got 7 minutes to fill here. You make something up. You're off this podcast.
Then I touch your sweet can. Yeah, no, look, not much else.
What about the
Give
Gili
me
Islands?
some hits. Hey?
Give me some hits. What about? Well, we can
Islands
talk
are
about the
beautiful.
Gili Islands. I've been to the Gili Islands about 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
They're a pretty.
Funny that when you went there, though, it all changed.
Yeah. No, the Gili. Have you ever been to? You've never been to Bali at all, have you?
No, but I actually had a friend recently who. Oh, sorry, I remember at the gym. He's a friend too. But
Real good relationship.
G'day, Dunk. He came
I
back
just want to be clear.
came
He's
back
not a
from
friend of mine. He's at the gym. And,
Yeah,
But if
genuinely.
he's listening, we're friends. If he's not, we're not friends.
Yeah. Between us, I hate it.
Just in case he's listening, we're friends. He came back.
G'day, Doug.
Sure. Roundabout way of saying, I've heard of them. Oh, God. It's funny when someone puts a microphone in front of you, you just don't know how to answer.
I know
Just the
who he
most basic of questions.
So true. He's a mate of mine.
Oh, my
Let's
goodness.
go.
Go on.
It's the Gili Islands. The Gili Islands is awesome. It's like a little
hell.
it's a little 7-kilometre circumference island with
Yes.
no cars. It's all horse and cart. Although the horses are treated pretty.
Oh, I hate
I'm
it.
like, oh guys, I didn't even think about like how terrible it was.
Bill
for the
eats horse every night.
So
He reckons it's high protein.
I was like, I got off. I'm like, guys, it's really exciting. Like, you get the horse and cart.
Hated it.
As soon as everybody, because this is on an adventure trip, as soon as everybody jumped in the horse and cart, they're like, that was fucking horrible.
Yep.
Why?
Because
Mate, the horses are whipped. The horses are just, like, it's fucked.
Like it's
it's a
getting
shit.
beaten.
It's a shit.
Oh, they're
shit
literally,
system
they
for the
stand all
horses.
day.
Yeah.
It's actually horrendous.
Yeah.
And is that a tourist thing, or is that just how they treat them?
No, that's just there's like
Just how they get around.
it's just
okay.
that's just the mode of
That's just
transport.
what it is, yeah.
And it's just Indonesia.
Because that reminds me,
Indonesia's obviously third
recently,
worldish.
I think it's in the Bahamas. You can swim with pigs in the ocean. Have you guys seen that?
Really?
So there's like
I didn't know pigs could swim.
So it's some. Well, this is the thing. There's somewhere
Yeah,
in.
you can ride flying squirrels.
Oh, don't worry about it.
Yeah, sorry, mate. Sorry, mate. Let's hear it.
Bloody cockheads.
You can swim with pigs. Going on here.
Oh well, you can swim with pigs. I'm pretty sure it is in the Bahamas. I might be wrong.
It's not dolphins, mate.
Oh shit, it's dolphins. It's dolphins. My bad.
Sorry,
No,
not pigs, but fish.
I'm going to look this up. Anyway, it's a thing to do. You get this little pig and you just wade out with it and it just flutters around the ocean. And everyone's like, this is the best ever. You get photos taken with it, blah, blah, blah. And pigs are getting sunburnt to shit. They fucking hate it. Right? And everyone's like, this is the best. The pigs are so cute. The pigs are just getting fucked up. Completely fucked up.
Never thought about a pig getting sunburned.
These pigs are just getting cooked. Like, literally getting cooked.
Oh, God. It's one of the funniest moments I've had.
I'm gonna look this up.
Sunburned.
If you're at home listening,
They're not even
look
slipping
up
them. They're not even slopping them. Let alone slapping them.
pigs Bahama sunburn on Google. Oh man.
Yeah, the tourist attraction, sunburned pig.
First hit. The
Swimmers and
Bahama
sunburned
swimming
pigs.
pigs exploited by tourists.
Oh, what the fuck?
It's a real thing.
That is actually God. Oh, you're genuine.
It's a thing. Yeah.
Oh, mate.
Why do you want to
It's
swim
like a
with
pig. It's like a
anyway?
pig island.
Yeah, what?
They're like I don't know what breed it is, but they're sort of like cute pigs.
Oh, yeah.
Cute
Shit, you can
pigs.
swim with pigs.
Oh, that's a cool looking pig, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's like it's
Very
crystal
pink, though, I
clear
get what you're saying.
water,
It's very
and
pink.
they're on some this is some island. I don't know. It is Bahamas though.
Yeah.
So funny.
And then, anyway, so I don't know why that came to mind, but when you said
sunburn.
horses
I thought it was
getting
like
whipped,
whipped or anything.
yeah, sunburned pigs. Someone get these pigs some SPF 50.
Hey, mate, pig's pretty red. Someone look it up.
Someone get that pig a rashy.
All right. Fucking hell.
Settle.
All right.
Insane.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
That was a fuck. I never expected to hear that story in my life. But
Oh, shit.
yeah, all right, sweet.
So I never thought to have gone, put a pig in water and gone, I'm going to pay someone to do this.
Well, they're local. They're
These
actually
things float.
they're actually like they're local.
Let's drown for you to find out.
They inhabit it. Oh, I can't be bothered reading this article, but they inhabit the island, and I guess someone, you know, I mean, unfortunately, tourism is that thing, isn't it? Like you notice
yeah.
that some Westerners are interested in this thing, and they'll pay money for it. It's like the Westerners like the pigs. Get the pigs out here.
Yes, yeah.
Bring me the pigs.
Jack in the water. They'll pay for this shit.
Yeah, the Westerners love this shit.
I love this shit.
Go to the water, put him in the water. Nah, he doesn't float.
Just shoot him.
Keep him on. Shoot him. At the glue factory.
Black glue. It works. It
All
works.
right, so my destination, moving right along.
Yep.
My destination is Bolivia, and I was in Bolivia about. Sorry to cut it off, boys. I just try and get some
No,
sort of
it's fine.
semblance in
We're
this
talking
thing.
about glue and stuff.
So I went to Bolivia about 6 years ago, and I was there for about a month. This was during the vomiting and shitting at the same period of my life. At the same stage of my life. So I was very sick in Bolivia. But I was in Bolivia for about 4 weeks. And during the time I was there, I was absolutely shot down with illness because the food's fucked and the altitude's terrible and so on and so forth.
Do we actually know what made you sick?
Nah.
No, you don't even know.
No, they gave me 5 different types of antibiotics.
5 different types.
What?
Take these and these.
Four, and then the 5th one if I got headaches, which I didn't get.
Oh, yeah.
Never got headaches.
Was there ever a point in time where I was like, "Hey, this is really concerning," or was it just like, "You're sick, you'll get better" type thing?
No,
You can only get AIDS once.
It was definitely like that. I got down to, because I started this trip at 82 kilograms, and then by the time I got to Bolivia, I was about 3 or 4 months in, and I'd been having a couple of cheeky benders along the way, South America, so I got down to 76 kilograms, and then from 76 kilograms, maybe 74, I can't remember, that was like my walk around weight. Within a month in Bolivia, I got down to 66 kilograms.
Oh, wow.
So imagine this, right? So
You'd have been a thin dude at 66 kilos.
That's 20 kilograms. 20 kilograms less than this rig right here.
Yeah. There's not much on there
There's
now.
not that much on this right now.
It was all over, mate.
Yeah. So I was crook. I got really sick. Started throwing up. I had an incident where I had to make a... What happened was I'd get worse and worse every day. I did the death road. Have you guys heard of the death road?
From what you told me.
So this is like one of the highlights of Bolivia. And it fits in the timeline of me getting sick, so I'll tell a story about it. So the death road is the world's most dangerous road. You guys...
Yeah,
I don't know.
So basically what you do is you start from La Paz, which is the world's highest capital city, and you go down this road that goes along a paved road for about an hour, and it's rad because you just it's like you're street racing. You literally ride this push bike as fast as you can with all your mates, having a great time, and then you get to this gravel road where it just all changes and it turns into this 100 fucking meter or something ridiculous drop off, and you've got like a 1-lane gravelly heap of shit road. People die there all the time. People routinely doing the tour, just fucking going too fast, put the brakes on, and slip straight off the fucking edge of the cliff.
That would not be for me.
And that's
I
a
saw
genuine
this dude-
tourist attraction, isn't it?
I saw this
Fuck
dude.
sunburnt pigs. Let's go to the road.
I'm with my mate Will. Some of our other mates were taking it pretty fucking solid. They were going pretty fast. They were all doing all right. Me and Will were just cruising at the back. Saw this dude. You're supposed to say like passing on the right when you're going past someone. This dude fucking was never giving anyone the time of day with that, and just acting like a dickhead kind of thing. And he came around this outside edged corner, and he was fucking humming, and he was shit on the bike. And I was like, fuck, this dude's going to die. This dude's going to die. And he kind of skidded out, but he made it. And then he came around to the internal corner, and he went to take that, and he slid and went boom, and hit up against the wall.
Really?
I'm like, mate, if you had a
How
If
safe.
you would have gone the other
Oh
way, you
my
would
he
be
was
dead.
straight off the cliff. Like, this dude was a fuck. But you can see how easily it happens.
Someone else could do that, yeah.
Yeah, so...
But why would you, like, how could you just do that? How could you just hum on that road? How wide is the road?
It's like single... It's one of that... It's like Rice Paddy Road. So it's a road that can just fit 2 cars.
Yeah.
Like small cars, but you would never think that to look at it. You know? It feels like it's a single lane road.
Yeah.
You know, but... so it's funny when you do the ride down it, you can stop. You stop at a bunch of different places. There's like waterfalls that come off the road. Like, you can do little waterfall things. You can. There's a lots of really cool vantage points for photos and stuff. And when you get to these vantage points, when you actually stop, you look down into the valley and you can see just carcasses of trucks and cars that have just fallen off the edge of the
Holy
cliff.
That's
shit.
insane.
Yeah,
And
it's
probably bodies, for that matter.
Yeah, fucking. And there used to be like, I'm pretty sure, like the Bolivian mafia, when they used to because there's so much drug trade in Bolivia and stuff, the Bolivian mafia used to take the bodies, take them down death road and just chuck them off with everything else. But
How long's this road? How long is it like that?
I don't know, I have no idea in kilometres. It's just downhill wise on a push bike, I can give you that.
Yep.
And it's probably like 2 or 3 hours downhill on a
Oh,
pushy.
shit. Okay, so that's a while.
You go from cold altitude sickness heights of La Paz to the tropics of the Amazon, basically.
Yeah.
To the
Right.
base, it's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
It drops. You get you pick up 8 degrees Celsius, 10 degrees Celsius in in the space of the trip. It's insane.
I can understand why people want to do that then. Just as a ride. That sounds amazing.
It's an amazing trip. It's sick.
I don't think I could be on a push bike.
No,
though.
neither.
I'd be
I'm
able
not
to
good
walk
with
it.
that shit.
I can walk
You
it.
do it. You do it. You do it like me and Will. Me and Will just got... People were giving us heaps of shit.
Just on the
calling us
brakes the
grandmas.
whole time, yeah?
Yeah. And like fucking 10 kilometres an hour. But because our mates were going pretty quick at it, and we were cruising. We both happened to be super hungover, and we were just happy to just cruise at the back. But
is it like, if you do it responsibly, is it hard to die?
Yeah. No, it's not like fucking 1 in 5 people die. Like it's one in a fucking 1,000 people die.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
And the people that hum, you'd assume, are the ones that have done it 1,000 times. They're like they use it every day for work or something.
A couple of the guys that are the tour guides, they're literally like fucking punching down, and they've done it before. So you're like, fuck, you kind of trust them with their own lives. But it's the idiot tourists that are just like, some like chicks. One chick died. I told about the story. One chick died taking a photo, fell off the cliff like 3 months before we got there.
So she was off her bike taking a photo.
Yeah. So
and she just overbalanced.
No, so she walked. She's like, "Oh yeah, guys, wait there."
Oh no!
And walked herself off the cliff.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Do you know what? I can actually see how you do that because I don't want to interrupt your travel roundtable.
No, go
but
for
because it relates to your Adventure Fit Travel company, I almost walked off a cliff at Everest Base Camp. So you know how you can go up to get a great view of Everest itself, Kalapatar?
Yeah.
So we got in really late, and there was only a group of 10 of us, and they're like, "Look, Kalapatar at sunset is the thing to do."
Yeah.
We got in so late, they're like, anyone who wants to do it can try it, but we don't recommend it. It's going to be too dark.
Yeah.
And I went by myself. And
Did you?
I got to Kalapatar. Me and another guy went, but I was really fit. I'd been doing a lot of running. This other guy he carked it.
Fuck.
Anyway, I got to the top of Kalapatar, and I was trying to take selfies. And I literally was like half a metre from rolling off Kalapatar.
Oh my god!
And I was up there by myself.
Yeah.
Mate,
No one
that's
would have
so
known.
dangerous.
It was like I had a moment after of just like, wow, that almost just happened.
Yeah.
Like, and they would have never found me.
No.
You know, like
Break your leg.
family would have never known what the fuck happened.
Yeah.
Mate, roll your ankle, you'd nearly be fucked up
Well,
there.
do you know
Trying
what-
to get down that hill in the cold.
Well, this is what they said. They said you have to leave by like as soon as you've watched the sun set, fucking leave.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, you're going to freeze to death up there. Because
Yep.
it's Everest is what? Everest base is 5.5,
Yep.
but Kalapatar is 5.8.
Yes.
And it's just a little bit more because it's got a great view.
Shit.
But they're like I remember.
but it's the wind chill factor as
That's
well.
right.
'cause it's
I
on the top.
I remember
The valleys
hauling
that don't
ass
that
to
shit.
get back down, just being like, I've got to get out of this cold,
Yeah.
otherwise I'm going to hurt myself.
I was
But-
the exact
You
same
already
when I was...
feeling the cold?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I was
the-
sprinting home.
Yeah.
I was the same. When
Yeah.
I did Kalapatar, I was leading the trip, and people had good days and bad days with the cold, and never really do you have a day that you're so cold that that's a problem. But Kalapatar, we got to the top, and it was the same thing, like we were waiting for the sunset to go, and as soon as the sun kind of creeps, when the sun sets, the darkness comes up Everest. There's the peak of Everest. The darkness comes up the peak of Everest, and Everest goes from like an orange to like a red peaked tip.
Yes,
It's insane.
Yes, and that's why it's so amazing.
Like a
'cause
reverse
Everest
cigarette.
is very, very clear all of a sudden.
It's
Yeah.
actually amazing. Like,
Yeah.
it's proper amazing. So
Yeah.
we're all fucking around trying to get time-lapse photography of it and stuff, and our phones are dying because they're so cold.
Yes.
Batteries just shut off. Anyway, I was like, as soon as some people wanted to stay around and get no, I fucked off before. I fucked off. I said, I'll watch the rest of this go up by halfway down because I can't start. I said, there was about 6 of us, and I said, who's feeling good? And 3 people were like, yeah, we're good. And I said, because I knew a couple will like me.
not, yeah.
And I said, what about how you guys feeling? They're like, I'm really struggling to feel my hands, like, and I'm not being able to move my fingers to keep them warm
Yeah.
because they get so rigid and like just fucked.
Yeah.
And so I was the same. I was like, we got to move.
Yes.
Like, we're up here.
Yes.
We're going to see the sun. We're going to see it on the way down. I said, do you guys want to go? I'm keen to go. Like, and they were like, let's get the fuck out of here.
Well,
It's minus like 20 degrees when it's got wind chill.
Well, the funny thing is that the view that you get from Kalapatar, you can actually get it for about half an hour before making it to Kalapatar.
Yeah.
But it's just like, it actually is a pretty cool achievement because
Yes.
on Kalapatar there's the prayer flags and there's
Yeah,
a little
that's
bit of
right.
a monument
And
and
you
stuff.
make
It's
it
like,
to the
hey,
highest
I
point.
did exactly. I went to the highest point.
Yeah.
But if you're just after the view, you've got that 30 minutes before getting to Kalapatar.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
If you want the photos and
which
stuff.
some people do as well.
Yeah.
But
So what you go up there, you have a look at the view, take your shots, off.
Yeah, I mean, unless you're there in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
But the whole idea is you get there for sunset
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
it's such an amazing spectacle.
people do
Yeah.
it sunrise, but sunrise doesn't work the same either.
That's what they did the next morning because no one wanted to do it with me. But I don't know.
Sunset's good, but yeah, sunrise.
It's on the wrong side, isn't it, for
Yeah.
sunrise?
Yeah, so sunrise is just like the sun comes up behind it and whatever. It's like, yeah, cool. You got to see the sunrise, but the act of watching the sun set and it goes to a point, this red point on Everest. It's like something that
the top
hard to
of
explain.
Everest is pink and
Yeah.
everything else is grey.
Beautiful.
It's crazy.
It's like it's meant to be. Like it's like a show that you see that they put on a wall of a it's something that would be on Crown Casino on New Year's Eve or like a wall of it, like something like that.
Yeah.
Those kind of things. But fucking amazing.
Wow.
But getting back to Bolivia, yeah. So did Death Road. I don't know what I was going at. Oh yeah, I was talking about how I lost all that weight, but. So I did the Death Road, and then the next day, I woke up and I was just really sick.
Yeah.
And
So you had another slump.
yeah, so I was just. This is the first time I got sick. This is the first time I got sick was after Death Road.
Oh, really?
Yeah, after the Death
What
Road.
it was?
I just got on the beers and just was so run down and I'd been
was
partying
fucked.
so much. Something
Yeah.
happened. I don't know what it was.
But yeah, still like munting and shitting in excess of 3 weeks is not like a bad hangover.
Mate, so what happened was, the next day I was like, lads, I'm not fucking feeling that good, eh? Boys are going to do something. Maybe it's something in the city, something like a tour of the cathedral or something local. And I said to the boys, I'm like, lads, I'm not into it. I'm going to have to rest here. Like, I'm feeling crook. I've had the shits. Like, I'm not going good. And then they're like, all right, cool, man, no worries. They went off, and as they took off, I'd started throwing up as well. At this point, I hadn't thrown up and shat at the same time, which did happen at one point. But as the days went on, it started to get worse and worse. Like, and I got to the point where I was in bed for like 2 or 3 days. I'm like, right, I'm going to have to start seeing a doctor.
Yeah.
And my mood got worse and worse, you know. I was sweet, you know. I was having a laugh about it. But the boys would come in, how are you? And every day I'd have more of a frown on my face, you know.
Yeah,
and then
and a brown on your face.
Yeah. Well, I was nearly like that, mate. So I slept one night, like 2 or 3 nights in. I've never been this sick in my life. And you know how, like, if you've got diarrhea really at some point and you're like, oh shit, I need to go to the bathroom. I need to go right now.
Yep.
Or I'm going to fucking shit myself.
Yep.
So you kind of lose control of when you need to go to the bathroom.
Yep.
You lose control of your bowels like that. Well, I didn't lose control of my bowels like that. I lost control of my bowels throughout the day. So I'd be laying in bed and I'd be weeping shit out of my ass.
Yeah. Is this better or worse talking about Adelaide?
This is an adventure podcast. Yeah. This is a travel podcast.
Right, show yeah. Is your name Bill?
Yeah, it's a travel podcast. Yeah.
So what I did on this particular, once I got to this problem, I'm like, fuck, I don't know what I'm going to do here. Mm-hmm. I can't live my life like this. So Royzy comes in one day. I was traveling with Royzy and the boys are out or whatever. And Royzy comes in and I've got like a little bit of a smile on my face. He's like, oh, you feeling better? I'm like, nah. He's like, you seem to be in a better mood. I'm like, yeah. He's like, what's going on? And I reached down inside of my pants, and what I'd done is I'd got Scotch towels, and I'd wedged them into a log, and shoved it inside the crack of my ass as like a plug for my butt.
Well, I mean, they have those things.
I'm actually, so it was like this for 3 weeks, more or less.
No, it's like
more or less.
More or less, yeah. So what would happen was I'd be really unwell for about 5 days, and then I'd slowly start to feel like I'm going all right, and then I would either go and party or I would go into the Amazon. I went and climbed a fucking 6,000 metre snow-capped mountain in the middle of Bolivia in between this time because I felt like I was going good. Wayne Patosi's sister mountain, I forget what it's called.
Right, so you had a good day here and there.
One of the hardest things I've ever done, and then I'd fuck myself up by doing that. But Bolivia itself, so the point I'm trying to make, I fucking shouldn't be talking about how much I shat myself for the next half an hour. Well, but Bolivia itself,
look, it's content for the viewers.
It is content, but Bolivia itself, like what I was able to do, even though I was in the worst shape I've ever been in my whole entire fucking life until that period, 25 years, was like Bolivia. We did the Death Road, which is one of the highlights of
ever. Yes.
And then we'd have the next day, like a couple of days after that, we were in the Amazon. And then a couple of days after that, we were climbing a snow-capped mountain. A couple of days after that, we can go to the Rusty Young's book, the San Pedro prison, the jail. And
you did go and see that, didn't you?
It was closed when we were over there. They did like a crackdown. So for anyone listening, it's San Pedro prison is Bolivia's largest cocaine processing plant, and it used to run tours always, and you could go and you could do a tour of the prison. You could also pay more and stay there overnight and so on and so forth. And Rusty, who we had on the podcast, have you read much about him?
No.
So Rusty stayed there for like 3 months with one of the inmates, became his best friend, and ended up writing his story. The story of the inmate, yeah. So that was shut down when I was there, but it's got, the whole joint's just whack. Like there's a Coke bar in Bolivia, which used to be in Lonely Planet. They took it out recently, but it used to be one of the highlights of the city.
Wow.
And it still runs. It's called Route 66, and only the taxi drivers know where it is. So
that's so good, isn't it?
You get in a taxi and you'll say, yeah, Route 66, and they'll just give you the nod. They'll take you to like some abandoned warehouse. You can't even, like the one we went into when we were there, you couldn't even, it's one of those warehouses you don't really see the door. It's like a hidden kind of door.
Right.
Straight out of the movies. Anyway, you're like, taxi driver knocks and says fucking a code or whatever, and they open the door, and then you walk in, it's a fucking nightclub, and you're like, what the fuck's going on here?
Wow.
And you walk up to the bar, and you'll be like, oh yeah, I'll just get in Bolivia they have this terrible beer called Bock. It's fucking the most disgusting, but it's their local beer. So you walk up, I'm like, oh yeah, I'll get 3 Bocks, please. I'll get a vodka, lime and soda for my friend. I'll get 3 points. Actually, fuck 3 points. I'll get. Give us a full bag. Give us a full bag. So if you ask for points, they will rack up a line like 1 point of cocaine on that. So you get your drinks and your Coke on a platter.
It's insane,
from
isn't
the
it?
bar. So you'll go up to the bar, you'll grab it. Yeah, thanks guys. Couple of beers, and you'll come back with like 6 perfectly lined up fucking lines on this big plate of silver platter for. You just go back to your table and
How much are we talking as well?
Just
Dime a dozen?
just for a receipt.
yeah. It's claimable with adventure bit, so.
But, you got any Fanta?
But
7 Up.
it's a weird.
3 points and a 7 Up, please.
And they 6 chicken nuggets as well. And a Mountain Dew.
But the whole joint's backwards. That's why I wanted to go to South America, is because of Rusty Young's book,
Yeah.
like because of marching powder. It's just the stuff you hear about over there is just so.
Marching powder. Yes, okay, I have heard of that book. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
it's a
Yes.
great read. It's a great read.
You're mates with that bloke and you had him on this podcast? Is that
We had
what
him on the podcast, yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
wow.
Yeah, it's
Awesome.
great.
Really good dude.
Yeah. It was it's my favourite podcast of all of our podcasts, actually.
Number one, close second. Last.
But Bolivia, yeah. So there's another couple of things like have you guys ever seen the salt flats?
Nah, all my mates have been to the salt flats. They look unbelievable. They look
The
unbelievable.
photos from that are always amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Irrespective of how many times they pop up on Facebook with people doing the same dorky shit.
Holding the
But
fucking-
it always just, you're just like, that place actually exists.
Yeah.
Like, it's pretty phenomenal.
And the best thing that happened for us is the photos are amazing when it's dry. Like they're very amazing when it's dry, and you can see it looks like a sandy white beach with a blue sky above it. But when it's rained, if it's rained heavily, because the salt is so tightly packed, it doesn't drain. So if it's rained really heavily for any amount of time, a couple of
water's
days or a
just
big
on
downpour,
top.
it'll sit as like a layer. So
Wow.
so we got there, and it's about maybe half an inch of water across the whole fucking 150.
So just like a skim, just
far
like
as
a
I can
little...
see.
Yeah.
And that creates a straight mirror image.
Wow.
So I've got photos of me standing. Like if you get the clouds from above and you do one of those, fold it over on a bit of paper and open it up like you used to do in primary school or whatever.
Yes.
Then I'm standing at the middle point of like clouds above me, behind me, and clouds
below you.
below me.
Sick.
It's just fucking unfair. It's the most otherworldly place I've ever been by a country fucking
that
mile.
sounds otherworldly. That sounds like another planet.
Yeah.
You could jump on Mars and be like, okay, this looks like the salt plains.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's insane. And they drive you. The good thing is they drive you right out in the middle of it.
Yeah.
So there's like a couple of cars around, but you look around and you're like, what the fuck? As far as the eye can see is just clouds and sky. If you're lucky enough to get it when we got it, when it's just like slightly covered with a thin layer of water.
Oh,
Fuck,
man,
pretty amazing.
I love it.
Superb.
Hey, where have you actually been to in the world?
Do you want me to list everywhere?
Let's do it. Because you are relatively well travelled, aren't you?
I guess so. I mean, it's the travel that I've been fortunate enough to do with work. There's only so much of the city you actually see.
Yeah.
But if we're talking Pacific, I've been to New Zealand, and then of Asia, I've done Thailand, I've done Vietnam, I've done China, I've done Hong Kong, I've done Korea. And I've done. Did I say Thailand? Yes, I did. Sorry.
Yep.
Of Europe, I've done Spain, London, Paris,
London's not a country, bro.
Rome. Oh, sorry, that's city. That's city.
I've been to East Q.
I've done Nepal and Kathmandu. I never got across to India there. And then I've done parts of America, probably the most touristy parts, the far west and far east coast.
Yeah.
Cool.
But not all of that has been through work as a seminar.
No,
stuff,
definitely not. And I've been to the UAE.
The where? Sorry, I'm with you.
Dubai?
Yeah. Yep.
And
So what do you think of Dubai then, mate?
well, I was there for work,
Yeah.
and I arrived on Thursday, and then I worked the Saturday, Sunday, so I really only had the Friday to sort of see it. But probably not a dissimilar experience to Vegas.
Really?
Well, no, not to compare the two, but I guess the experience was the same. It's just like, wow, this is amazing. There's just like so many big buildings, so many bright lights. 10 minutes later, it's like, okay, I've seen enough big buildings, seen enough bright lights. There's only so much of that is stimulating for a while.
Yep. I had the same experience.
I don't know if I'd bother stopping over there.
Really?
But that's not
been
to say,
on my bucket list for ages.
well, seeing Burj Khalifa and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's almost worth doing it just for that.
I think it is.
Yeah,
I think it is,
that
but it's
amazing.
like a day and a half.
Exactly.
Day and a half and get out of there.
So
I had
what-
4 days there.
I mean, what you can do.
there's 4
days of
I wouldn't do that.
No, it was killer. I went
What you
insane.
should do is, if you're travelling to Europe or travelling to the UK, it's probably more relevant. Use Dubai as a middle point and just spend a night at the airport hotel and then truck on into the city and do. You could literally do it in an evening. You could do Burj Khalifa and the Emirates Mall in an evening and probably see what you need to see.
Yep.
And they're making another tower that's bigger than the Burj.
Well, the Saudis are building a tower bigger than the Burj, so they've got those plans in place. So the UAE have now got plans in place for a tower bigger than what the Saudis have got a plan in place. So it's just a big dick swinging contest.
How weird are humans?
Oh, they're weird.
It's freaking bizarre.
A lot of them have small dicks.
Yeah, but
these buildings are going to be over a kilometre.
Yeah.
Over a
Pretty incredible what we can do.
do you know? I just remember, it's funny, just images that you see while travelling are just things that stick with you. But while I was in the UAE, we were catching a taxi and we were staying in a pretty nice hotel. So I think the taxi that picked us up might have been a Mercedes or something like that. You remember in Dubai, the cars are just ridiculous. There seems to be Ferraris and Lamborghinis everywhere.
Yeah.
And I remember just sitting in this taxi, I was pretty sort of jet lagged, and right next to me was a busload of what looked like they must have been, I guess, sort of refugee type, like from somewhere near the UAE, and they were clearly being shipped off to work. Like they were going to go work on some fucking skyscraper or something.
Wow.
And I just remember sort of heading off to the Emirates wall and just like looking at that bus as like this. There must have been 30 people in a bus that could sit 12, and I was just like, something about this place doesn't sit right with me, because it is so manufactured, and you know that to manufacture that shit, there's a lot of people that are just getting paid sweet FA to build big buildings like that. So
big pointless buildings.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Anyway.
for what? So I can take a picture and put it on Instagram, which I fucking do. So,
which I do all the
it's
time.
like I'm contributing to that problem, but
well, the sheikh that built it all said that's what they were doing. That the oil was going to run out, so they wanted to create.
Nuts.
They wanted to create a revenue stream for the company, the economy, and that was tourism.
Yeah,
And that's why they poured so much money into all these fancy bells and whistles, so people want to stop over and spend money in Dubai.
and it's probably worked to some degree.
I mean, if the traffic's anything to go by, then yes, it's definitely working. So.
There are weird things there as well, isn't it? Like that you mentioned the cars before, and I'm pretty sure there's a policy that you're not allowed to drive a car older than 5 years. Like it has to look a certain way, you know?
I think I have heard something like that.
You're not allowed to kiss in public.
Is that because of the religion?
No, this
is it a
is a
secular
religious thing.
It is?
Remember you always hear about there was a woman.
Not to drink in public.
There was a woman.
You're not allowed to?
In certain parts you are. Certain parts are exempt.
You have to have it, and you have to have a non-Muslim drinking card.
Yeah.
That's a real thing.
Yeah, of
You have
course.
to have a
That would make perfect sense.
non-Muslim drinking card.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So,
Or if you show
So
your
is it a
passport,
secular society?
if you show your passport and you're a traveller, you're all right.
Yeah.
Like I got on the booze there one night at the end, my last night. But if you're a local and you don't have a passport to show that you're travelling, I'm pretty certain you have to have an anti.
A non-Muslim.
not anti. That wouldn't be right. Yeah, you get beat up for that.
That's not anti.
Well, that's the wrong one. Yeah, to get it out of show. I tell you what was fascinating for me in Dubai when we stayed there. The guy, an English bloke actually, who is the affiliate owner of the gym that we happened to be working at, the CrossFit gym. He came to dinner with us, and on the roads, right, based on how people were driving, he would tell us where they're from, based on their aggression or lack thereof, or how they're driving, and be like, that guy's from Saudi, this guy's from blah, blah, blah. Anyway, like, I just kept quizzing him, right? And he'd be like, oh, this bloke's from...
Who's this one?
Yeah, anyway, all of a sudden, this car comes out of nowhere. It's just like...
Yeah.
And I go, God, where's that guy from? He goes... Definitely Egypt. it's just funny how like people just start pigeonholing behaviours like that, because the one of the really cool things about the UAE is it is a hub for the Middle East, and there's so many different cultures in Dubai, so that's pretty cool.
But there's weird things as well there. Like I've heard that massive theme park that is there.
Oh yeah,
is that they have a Vegas Strip that's bigger than the real life Vegas Strip.
Wow.
Yeah.
So like they made it as like a life-size thing, but it's an actual. It's actually bigger.
It's a bigger replica than the real thing. Like it's a new Vegas. They have a fucking. I'm pretty sure the buildings in there to like show the Empire State Building, all this sort of stuff are almost life size. Like it's
crazy,
just ridiculous. It's scary, isn't it?
Funny place.
Yeah, it's strange. I was there for 4 days, and I should have done it in 1 or 2.
Yeah,
I was like, it's really weird. Like, I went to the Dubai Youth Hostel.
Yeah.
Because there was one hostel. I'm like,
I can't believe there's a hostel there. It just doesn't seem like it would be.
Yeah, so there was one. So I stayed one night in a hotel, and it was lucky because it was the one time I've got really kind of got a little bit of when you fly, when you tie
Jet lag.
I was kind of jet lagged. And so then I was like, all right, cool, I'm going to go check into this hostel. And there was literally like 3 people there. And one of the dudes that was there that was trying to hang around with me was the weirdest, creepiest. I can't explain him, but he was a real creepy. I was like, if I hang around this dude and I get drunk, he might murder me. Like something. Just, I was like, I'm not hanging around this dude. He's not going to do it.
What was his name?
I can't remember Barry.
Mahjong.
Barry.
That's my middle name, mate.
Have you just made up a name?
Yeah.
His name wasn't Barry.
Definitely was Barry.
Yeah.
We know.
But
Bob.
Aussie Baz.
Joe
But no, it was just I ended up being that dude who was like trying to find friends around Dubai. Like I went down to the beach in the Burj Al Arab. The big sail. I'm like, people would be down the beach. That'll be cool. I'll go next week.
It's the place for that, man.
It's not. It's just such a weird fucking joint. So if anyone would ever want to go to Dubai, it's like a one day in and out thing.
But like,
it's worth doing though. Burj Al Arab is fascinating.
And anecdotally, I know a fair few people living in the UAE.
Yeah.
I mean, they're CrossFitters who have gone over there and taken jobs as trainers, and they quite like the lifestyle that they've got to live over there.
Yep.
But as a tourist, I don't think there's a heap to do. No. And this is just a small thing, and I know we've all experienced this around the world, but my God, it's hot over there. What I was going to say for the listeners who are interested. It's just stinking fucking hot.
Yeah.
It is.
Mate, that's why you get the cream.
It's Yeah, righto. Yeah.
I agree. I went to when I was so fucking hot over there that I went and spent about 6 hours in the shopping mall.
It's debilitating.
I'm like, this is gross. I'm gonna fucking spend it the whole time in the mall. I'm like, fuck this. I'm gonna go to the beach. So I went to the beach, had to swim in the water. It's like swimming in a fucking kettle.
Exactly. It's all
How many times
manufactured.
did you swim in a kettle?
Like that one time I fell into a kettle. Shit.
Dubai shit. So
That's gold.
But you did want to. Are you going to give us a little quick review on New Zealand? Wasn't that your destination?
Well, I feel like I don't have anything as interesting as Bolivia or Adelaide. When I was thinking about all the places I've been, and I think the happiest trip I've had, the one that just like automatically I have the best memories of it, is a road trip that I did around the North Island of New Zealand. And as soon as you say North Island, people automatically say, oh, mate, you should see the South Island. And I haven't done the South Island, so maybe they're right. But there's just something so peaceful about New Zealand, and I actually think it comes a lot from the people. Like, they're such a cool people, really understanding. And with work, I get to travel there probably 3 or 4 times a year, and every time it comes up, I'm just like, great, can't wait to go hang out with New Zealanders. But there's just like a few. Like, there's a decent amount of touristy stuff to do on the North Island, as well as just enjoying the drive, like driving around the North Island. There's some stuff that has to be done, like there's the Lord of the Rings set. Yeah, there's
fucking great.
Yeah, Rotorua, which is like the that's pretty cool. It stinks
amazing.
like all hell.
Yeah.
But the place that I liked most, which I just had just a ripping day, and I'm actually not really a foodie or a wine guy. There's this little Art Deco town called Napier. Has anyone been to that?
I've heard of it. I've never been there.
Yeah, it's just like it's like sort of everything's been kept in sort of the mold of like 1930s Art Deco. It's a beach town. It's just like, it's sort of quaint, and there's heaps of wineries around there. Like I said, I'm not really a wine guy, but you go there and you book yourself a winery tour, and the food and the wine and the surroundings. It's just like, if I would recommend it if you are one of those people, and I'd recommend it even more if you're not one of those people. Like, it's like that. If you need an introduction to that type of thing, like fine dining and just like sipping on a nice red, that's definitely the place to go, I reckon.
Yeah. Get sucked off. Sorry.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry about that.
So yeah.
I couldn't agree more with Ed. I've been twice to New Zealand. I've done the north and south.
Sorry.
And I always can't believe people like the South Island is. He lost it. That's the first time we've got a gesture from him.
It couldn't have been more genuine in my appraisal of Napier. You just come in with that stinker at the end. You guys are fucking shit. What a fucking podcast.
Man.
No, but I fucking couldn't agree more about New Zealand though, because The South Island is outstanding, but the North Island...
Sorry.
The North Island's rad. Like,
Yep.
we went to Auckland and then did the Golden Triangle or whatever they call it. I don't know if they call it that, but it was Waitomo Caves.
Yes.
So, like...
Yeah, I did the caving there.
Oh,
Yeah,
fucking
amazing.
6 hours of, like...
Amazing.
Glowworm caves. I can't look at Tommy because he's going to fucking keep laughing.
Oh, just
But
sorry.
glowworm caves, fucking abseiling, cliff jumping, all inside a cave. 6 hours of... It was amazing.
The glowworm cave is amazing.
Yeah, then we did Rotorua, stinky fucking ass Rotorua, but
Yep.
amazing
It is
geothermal
amazing.
hotspot.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And then we did the Tongariro Alpine Crossing, which is Mordor from Lord of the Rings.
yeah,
Oh, that's sick.
is that what it's called?
Yep, Tongariro. So
I didn't do that. I just did the set. Are they
Hobbiton.
close? Are they close? Because
yeah, they're within
that's
like
near
2 hours.
Hamilton. I think.
yeah, it's like two. No, Tongariro's. It might be 4 hours, basically 3 or 4 hours from Tongariro. So it's not particularly close, but But so there's Ruapehu, which is Mordor. You can climb Ruapehu, or you can walk from like what Frodo and Sam did basically, and you can walk from one end of Mordor to the other, which is
how
just
long
the
does it take?
Tongariro Alpine Crossing. It's a 1 day hike. You can do
shit.
you can do like a 3 or 4 day version, which is called the Tongariro Alpine Track. I'm pretty sure, but the crossing is just a 1 day. And it's one of the best. It's like known as one of the best, world's greatest 1 day hikes.
Fuck,
like
dude,
it's
that sounds
fucking
amazing.
that's
And
really
we did.
cool.
We
I
actually
don't know
did
why I
it
did that.
in
I
the
didn't do
winter.
that, sorry.
We actually did it in the winter.
Oh, you did do it?
No, I didn't
Oh,
do
you
it. I
didn't
don't
do
know
it?
why I didn't do
Yeah,
it based
yeah.
on what you're saying.
Yeah, it's really good. We did it in the winter, and then I also did it in the summer. So summer, it's like red rock, and it's like a hike. And then winter, it's more ice picks and crampons, and you can get up to the top of some of these mountains, and then you bum slide down them. It's the most amazing fun.
So
It's
wait,
really good.
so the North Island is famous for what? Its scenery, and the South Island is what?
South Island's more famous for its like that typical sort of New Zealand lush scenery, and apparently there's some bizarre stat about how little roads there are on the South Island, and once you're on one side of it, you actually can't get to the other side unless you go around.
Yeah.
You can't actually, like, there's nothing going across the island.
It's insane.
The North isn't necessarily famous for anything, but it's just like what everyone says about New Zealand being like these peaceful people. It's all true. Like, it's absolutely all true, and the North Island is perhaps just a good example of that.
Right.
Yeah.
It's really, the North Island's lush, green, rolling hills a lot of the time. Amazing lakes. Like, the scenery's just, it's not as grand as the South Island. So the South Island has big, huge, towering cliffs.
Right.
Or lots of very impressive mountain ranges, stuff like that. Whereas the North Island doesn't. It's really like quaint little towns.
It's
but
very peaceful.
Yeah. But it's just like, for me, it's green. It's just luscious green, rolling, amazing hills, and just like, the scenery's fantastic on the North Island.
Fuck, it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's rad.
I'm going to Wellington in 2 months. So that's the southest point of the North Island.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking of trying to make something of that and maybe get across to South Island and do something with that.
Add a bit onto the trip.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
South Island's South Island. I only went to Queenstown, which is fantastic.
Everyone talks so highly of Queenstown.
like
I've never
it's
heard
like
a bad word about it.
It's like a country town. That's the size. It's the size of a country town.
Right.
Like it's a suburb.
Yep.
You know, it's
But
just that good.
Just awesome.
Surrounded by the remarkable mountain range, and
Wow.
it's just awesome. But you can walk from like if you're having beers, like you can walk from one end of the town to the other in half an hour, do all the pubs, and you can walk anywhere.
I feel like I'm doing an advertisement for New Zealand, but I feel like Australians, whenever they want to take a short trip, they automatically think north to Southeast Asia.
Yeah.
And my mind is always now just like, can I get across to New Zealand? Because that for me that is a better option most of the time. I'm sure, obviously Southeast Asia's got a lot to offer. But
I reckon too. And what I haven't done, which I would love to do, is I would love to get north or south, but I want to do this more so on the South Island. I want to get a car, a van, whatever, and I want to drive around. The South Island is unfathomably beautiful for the lack of people that are there.
Yeah, yes. The population is all in the north, isn't it?
Yeah, and there's 6 million people or something in New Zealand. 3 million of them live in Auckland. And then fucking like 500,000 people or something live in like the South Island.
Yep.
And you drive... So we did the glaciers. So the glaciers, Fox and Franz Josef Glacier, we were like getting lowered down into crevasses and climbing out the ice picks crampons. Amazing. One of the best experiences ever. You have to get a helicopter up there.
Oh, wow.
It's unbelievable. But to get, like you were saying, Ed, to get to Queenstown from there, you got to drive around the whole coast and down.
Yeah, you can't drive through the middle of a... It's crazy...
Not at all.
It's crazy to think about it like
and
that.
the thing is, when you drive on the west coast, you're driving along what would look like the Great Ocean Road in Australia, and there's no fucking one there.
Wow.
It doesn't make
Which is
any
the
sense.
best thing.
Yeah,
It's so good to get away, isn't it?
I would love to get a van or whatever
Just drive around.
Yeah, just drive around and just camp and just like read books and just get right out away in nature, and get that just proper rest and relaxation that you get that you want from a holiday that you don't often get.
No,
leave your phone at home, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
One of the coaches from work actually just did that for about 12 days, I think 14 days.
Yeah, right.
I'm not sure if it was the North or the South Island, but he said he absolutely loved it.
You could definitely do it in the north. It's there's more bigger towns along the way. But there's still lots of time to just to yourself. Because I drove around and often you wouldn't see a car for an hour or two. So,
that's right.
You definitely do that.
But there's like Mount Maunganui in the north, and North's rad. Mount Maunganui's like Byron Bay, they reckon. The further up north you go, it gets kind of tropical even.
Yep.
So the north, there's so many, and then that's like, they haven't even like Milford Sound.
Yes.
Milford Sound is one of the world's most famous treks.
Yeah.
Like a 4-day, 5-day trek, and it's Lord of the Rings to an absolute T. Like the greatest scenes of most beauty when they're going down rivers and ravines and what, it's all Milford Sound.
The best.
It's just so New Zealand's
gotta go there.
It's a winner.
Yeah, it's a must do, especially with how close we are.
Oh, exactly. Well, what is it, 4 hours?
Yeah.
Is it 4 hours?
It's
3.5
3.5.
to Auckland.
half the time it'll take you to just fly to Earth.
Yeah. That's ridiculous, isn't it? Pretty cheap as well.
Yeah, it's like $200-300. You can get to it.
Yeah.
Flight's like $250-300
if
you get it at the right time.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Hey, so Eduardos, you're still heavily involved in the CrossFit scene.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on the regionals events? The no barbell. Just wanted to pick your brain on that sort of stuff.
I think.
You guys want to do this after the show, or is it Travel Roundtable?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, right.
Travel Round podcast. CrossFit. We got to pick his brain.
Just joking.
Yeah, no, fair enough. I think. So, I mean, the regionals and the CrossFit Games are always about finding the fittest on earth, and regionals is just one tier of a whole group of programming. So the Open is one level, the regionals is a second level, and the Games is the third level. So do you need to involve a barbell at one point? Yes, and it's been involved in the Open, and I'm going to go out on a limb and say there'll be a barbell at the CrossFit Games as well. I quite like that there's not one at the regionals. I think it'll make a lot of people's ears prick up and realise that perhaps they've been using a barbell too much, which is probably not a bad thing, because affiliates... I don't want to make generalise like that, but you can over-program a barbell.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to throw a bit of a cat in the pigeons with who we potentially see go to the CrossFit Games from each region.
Yeah.
I think the events are cool. I'm really bad at judging what the regional events will look like. So I always see them on
from
paper.
A spectatorship
Well, I always see them on paper like everyone else does before them, but then when you get to the regionals, it makes more sense as you watch it play out.
Yep.
So one of my favourite events was 2 years ago. There's a chipper which had like 100 GHDs, 200 double unders, 50 sumo deadlift high pulls. I remember reading it being like, it's going to be pretty dry. And then it started. I'm like, this is a great workout.
Yeah.
And like I just didn't pick it. So I always just wait till I'm at the arena and then you see, and then it all makes sense.
Are you on the mic again?
I am.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Really
Great.
enjoy that role.
Yeah, he's good at it.
Very good. Got a good voice for it.
You stand out.
maybe.
People can see you. I can see you.
Maybe. What I basically try and do is morph like Bruce McAvaney and Dennis Cometti together and then put it on CrossFit. So
Well, I mean, they at some point they probably did get up to no good in the in the stands up there. So I don't know what you're up to there. Definitely Bruce. I don't know what he's doing. We're getting Bruce on the show actually.
no, you're not.
No, we're not. Definitely not.
We offered him a hand job for a
Yeah.
segment.
Which one we thought he would.
Yeah,
For
he
our
gets to jack
listeners,
us off.
Pacific Regional in Wollongong, great place of Australia.
Hand jobs and
Yeah.
all that sort of stuff.
Get around it. Get around it.
Yeah, all right, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Should
Well,
we do 6 from 6? Have we done 6 from 6 from you? We did 9 from 9 with Ed, didn't we?
9.
Fuck, that takes it back, doesn't it?
no,
Yeah.
let's do Travel Roundtable.
Yeah.
So
Six
we'll-
from
Didn't
6
we
is
have
good.
already done?
No, we've done 9 from 9.
with Ed.
But we've
9 from
changed.
9. We just dropped 3 questions.
Yeah, but we've changed 2
All right, we'll do
questions.
it again. Yeah, fuck, we'll do it again.
And he may have changed in a year.
He may have changed.
I remember last time you're like, but what we want is a short, sharp answer. And then this segment went for about 45 minutes.
Yeah, this was the whole show.
couldn't get out, couldn't leave.
I've got a parking ticket.
Yeah.
All right, you're. Who starts?
You.
All right. Favorite travel destination, Ed, of all time?
You know what? I think you asked me this last time. And I think
Yes,
I
we
said,
did. That's why I didn't want to do this segment again.
Okay.
I think I said New York, and I say New York again. And one, because it's an amazing place, and I've got a lot of good memories there. 2, because my little sister now lives there,
Ah, cool.
and I need to go visit her
Sick.
because I've only
Good
seen her
excuse.
once in the last 2 or 3 years.
Would you
so-
ever get a seminar over there?
I could request one, but no,
it
there
wouldn't
wouldn't
happen.
really be the need for me to go over there. There's plenty of staff over there. Yeah.
My second question is your dream destination, somewhere you haven't been that's on top of your bucket list.
Madagascar.
Oh,
Yeah,
I don't think we've ever had that before, have we?
No, probably not. I don't think.
And I don't
so.
know a heap about it, but I just feel like there's been enough hype for the last decade of my life. Every time it comes up, it's just like, okay, I need to see that place.
No, it'd be good.
Yep.
For sure. And my third question is, which is one that you wouldn't have answered because I've changed this one recently. So my third question is, do you have any books that you like to recommend to people? They can be graphic novels, they can be an autobiography, they can be
Can they be just a novel?
a novel, yeah, it can be anything.
Harry Potter.
I've recently been getting into westerns.
Really?
My dad's a big Western fan.
Really?
So I got into a few Western films. There's a few modern Westerns which I can recommend, but there's this classic Western book, and it makes sense for this podcast, I guess. It's called Lonesome Dove, and it's basically about a group of cowboys that are up in the north of Texas, and they decide that just for an adventure they want to travel south and start a ranch down there, and it's just their story of getting on horseback and trying to get a bunch of cows down south, and everything goes fucking wrong. People fucking die. But it's just an amazing book. It's the only book, I'm going to go on record and say it's the only book that's made me cry.
Really?
Like, actually crying as I read the pages. Yeah,
Genuine
phenomenal book called Lonesome Dove.
I've only cried in one book also, and that's my all-time favourite book.
What is it?
Shantaram.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Shantaram got me on the last couple of pages.
Yeah.
I've never cried in a book.
No,
Yeah.
it's not something that comes upon you lightly.
Just the enormity of it all, like their big adventure, and just the fact that it didn't go well, but they still just wanted to do this because that's what you're fucking meant to do with your life, have an adventure every now and then, and it just didn't work out for them. It was just like I just remember just reading the last few pages and. Fuck's this? Oh, yep, I'm crying.
That's what I was like. I was like, what the fuck's going on here? Like, mate, started to
Conjunctivitis.
Yeah. Have you read All the Pretty Horses by Cormac McCarthy? That's a Western one that you might like.
No, okay.
Cormac McCarthy wrote The Road. You know The Road?
Yes,
You know the movie?
yeah.
The book is fantastic, The Road. And then All the Pretty Horses is about, similar story, it's about two young kids that brought up ranchers, and they run away from home, and then that's their story of. It's a really famous book by Cormac McCarthy. It'd be right up your alley.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Eduardo's, spare time. What do you like to do in your spare time?
Oh,
Just when it's you alone.
I've been playing footy, so I guess I love my AFL.
Yeah.
But do you know what genre of music I've been into lately? It's just like new school hip hop, Yeah, mainstream new school hip hop. So I reckon I've been listening to a lot of that.
Well,
lately.
so what artists is new school hip hop?
Well, I mean, I guess like the real sort of mainstream ones are people like Drake and Nicki Minaj and The Weeknd, and then there's other people that are sort of not as well known as that and get a little bit more underground. But I don't know. I just feel like they're cool because they're. I guess people will look back on them and be like, these are the big people of our generation. And people might not feel comfortable about that. People might not, oh, fuck, you're comparing Drake to the Rolling Stones.
Yeah,
but in 30 years, that's how people might talk about these artists.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if you can just have that awareness of it now and enjoy it for what it is in the present, then...
for sure.
Yeah.
And I mean, because you're a very
Drake.
big trance fan as well.
I guess my roots are in trance. Yeah, from my party days.
Yeah. Still hitting that? Still hitting the dance?
Every now and then I hit up a festival.
Yeah.
I love the music, love the scene.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, that sounds bad. I just love. I love
the drugs.
I love the production elements of trance. I just love how big it is. Yeah.
Yep. The warehouse vibe and
Just
it's good.
like
Just being one in
10,000 people.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
in like at a festival, just like all jamming at the same time.
another brick in the wall. Great, isn't it? on a shit ton of MDMA. No, I mean, we're all drinking waters.
Yeah, 6 and 6 is still pretty slow.
Still moving slow. Now, inspiration. Give us a big inspiration. Someone who you really like to. Apart from, do you remember who you said in the first one?
I think I said Chris Judd, Michael Jackson, and Hillary
So
Clinton.
That was people dead or alive to dinner. A big inspiration for you was your old man.
I don't know if I said that.
Really?
Did I?
Can you just check the
I don't know if you
script there?
Yeah.
I don't think you asked us. I think you said who
you
would you
changed
invite
one
to
of your
dinner?
questions too.
Did I?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you've changed one of your questions.
Yeah, right. I definitely asked you 3 people dead or alive.
Yeah, I didn't know. You definitely didn't ask that.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, who's a big inspiration in your
Well,
life?
now that you've said my old man, I guess I can't really say that. You know who is a big inspiration, but this is a bit sappy, is my little sister.
Right.
Because she is 24, but 2 years ago at 22, she's just like decided, you know what, I'm going to go live pretty much paycheck to paycheck on the other side of the world to see if I can make this career that she wants to make happen, which is like hip hop dance.
Really?
Oh, wow.
And that's why she's living in New York. She's trying to break into the scene,
Fuck,
and
that's crazy.
she's got a 10-year visa now because she just dug in and did what needed to be do to get that done, which most
10-year
people give
visa?
up. But so the first time you get through it, you get 1 year, and then if you get a full-time job and sort of show that you're contributing to society, I guess, and then they give you something longer. And she's just like, I just can't believe how much grit she's got. Yeah, and
So
like,
good to have that.
New York could be a joint where you make it or you either make it or you fuck off.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's just one of those joints that would be
Churn ya.
one of the most ruthless joints in the world you would imagine.
yeah, man, she's
In that
living
regard.
in like Brooklyn and
That's
just
sick.
like
Sick.
working
Killing
at
it.
like the Nike store.
Yeah.
On like Madison Avenue and shit.
Really?
Like she's a
Killing
full
it.
New Yorker.
Yeah.
And she just upped and left. Yeah. She just like packed a bag and just like, I'm going to New York.
What a legend.
I'm like,
Catch
fuck,
that.
that's incredible.
Yeah.
I do not
Good
have
on
that
her.
in me.
Yeah.
That's sick. And my final question is relatively cliche sort of thing, but I wouldn't mind to hear your thoughts. You have $1 million to spend. First thing you do.
Oh shit. What do people normally say for this?
I actually haven't ever
That's
asked
a
that
new one.
question.
He's no, because he already asked you the three
The
people.
three people
It's a
did
new
it.
question. That's the first time we've asked it.
Yep.
Probably the most expensive bottle of scotch I can find, and then bring it over to the parents' house
Have a
and
sesh.
just be like, I got something to tell you.
I'm gay.
I'm a millionaire. I'm a fucking millionaire. Well, I was until I bought this scotch. Now I've got fucking nothing left.
I'm a drunk. Yeah. Well, how hectic can they
I'm
get?
100 air.
I don't know. I think the ones that would be really in the tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, you wouldn't drink it. You wouldn't drink that.
You'd be able to blow all your money on a bottle of scotch.
Absolutely.
You'd be able to blow
Yeah.
$1 million on a bottle of scotch.
As in you would buy it, but you wouldn't open it.
Oh,
Like
yeah, you
you'd
just-
buy it
yes,
to have it,
yes.
and like you'd
Yeah.
put it away, but you wouldn't buy a $100,000 scotch and then be like, thunk, and then just start pouring it. Like you just that's
Let's
not, yeah. Anyone got any Diet Coke?
Yeah. Couple of sausages. Sausages and scotch. That's unreal.
Sweet. Cool. Well, thanks for coming back on the show.
Good to hang
Eduardo.
out again, mate.
Magnificent boys,
That's good.
magnificent.
I reckon, I genuinely believe that when you when you talked about sunburnt pigs, that's the hardest
Yeah.
I laughed on the show.
I don't think we've laughed hard on the show.
No one's got. No one's
I
got.
can think of one other time, which was with a psychologist, Michael Inglis, but that was
Look, put
fucking
it this way: no
hilarious.
guest has made us laugh that hard.
Nah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah,
that was-
he did well.
That's
That
an
was-
achievement.
That
Take
had
your
me
pants off.
fucking up and about that one.
Thanks for having me, boys, and great to see it's going so well.
Beautiful.
Yeah, good job.
Have a bit of
Cheers,
fun,
good on
mate.
you.
Yeah.
Well,
Cheers, lads.
Thanks, guys, and that's a wrap. Alrighty. Thanks for listening, guys. That was a travel roundtable with Big Eduardo, the Sauce Man for the Freak Show, the
Sunburnt
Big
pig.
and,
The big pig.
and it was great to have him back. If you liked our travel roundtable, then make sure if you're a first-time listener, go ahead and subscribe. If you're a many-time listener, please leave us a review, and that helps us climb the ratings guides, which we always need to keep moving forward, so we can bring you, we can be seen by more people, get more downloads, bring you more shows, more content.
Huge guests like Arnold Schwarzenegger, Neil deGrasse Tyson,
That's,
and Jesus.
Yeah, that's what we're after. So we want to interview Jesus Christ himself.
Definitely.
So
The resurrected form.
also, if you need anything from the show, it'll be in our show notes. Head to www.adventurefittravel.com/radio. All the show notes will be in there. Don't forget to head to quashcreative.com, audibletrial.com/ADVF radio, and use radio as a code word to book on any and all Adventure Fit trips at www.adventurefittravel.com.
I didn't mind that, Bill.
See you next week.
Discovery Roger, go for deploy.